Last thing we have on here is stats. Now these are stats in accordance to this particular question. Okay, so this will show you the average response of this question. Okay, so you might see something like 1.25, which means it was right in between 1 and 2 for the average response, median, variance, and also standard deviation. Now this is not going to show it for combine the entire presentation. This is only going to show it question by question. Now the last thing that I want to do, guys, is just pop in here to the Turning Point settings and talk about some of the things you can change, and I'm going to just talk about the most popular ones that people take advantage of. So first of all, when you come into your settings, in the lower right-hand corner you have two options, Common Settings and All Settings. My recommendation is to click on All Settings and leave it there. Now when you first come in here, it's going to be on Common Settings. Take it off of that. Put it on All Settings. And then in the upper left-hand corner, click on Presentation. When you click on Presentation, that means that anything you change on the right-hand side applies for every single Turning Point slide. Now it also gives you the option of clicking on an individual question, which means that anything you change to the right only applies for that question only. Now if I click on Presentation, first thing within here I want to show you guys is Chart Settings. Second option down is Chart Colors. Now when you first come in here, it's not going to say User Defines, but it's actually going to say Color Scheme. These are the color of charts that PowerPoint has chosen for you. So if you click on Color Scheme and change it to User Defines, I can now click on Chart Color number 1 and it gives me this little color template. And I can change it to the color that I want to pop up when the person answers the question or when the people answer the question. So now it's this darker green color. And I can do this for each one of the charts. So think of chart color number 1 is the first bar on the first answer choice of every single question. The other thing that I want to point out is just chart labels. Notice on my, let me go ahead and insert just a regular vertical charts. And I'll go ahead and put in some answer choices here. Notice below these charts I'll have good and great. When you first go ahead and start building these slides, you guys may notice that you don't have the actual text of the answer below the charts. You instead just have number 1 and number 2. But if you go into your settings, click on Presentation, go to that third category, which is Chart Settings, Chart Labels has two options. Bullets, which is the default, which is the one that yours is set to, and also aliases. Change it to aliases like I have it, and now you'll see the actual text of the answer choices below each chart. Chart value formats. Do you want your answer choices to appear in whole numbers or percentages? It allows you to determine it from here. The other really good one within here is Review Only. If you set Review Only to True, instead of the audience being able to see the results after you shut down polling, it's just going to go to the next question in the presentation. The only time you'll be able to see the results from a session is when you generate the reports, so no charts will be shown. The last thing that I want to show you is located towards the bottom in this Response Reminder settings. This is everything that's located within the Insert Object dropdown. So if you know you want a countdown timer in every single Turning Point slide, well, instead of going to Insert Object and inserting it every single time, you can make it a default option right from here. Okay, and you can do that for everything. All right, guys, I think I squeezed in quite a bit there. And I typically don't like to just go ahead and throw you a bunch of information, but that's also the reason I record it too, so you can go back and view it if you'd like. But do you guys have any additional questions, anything out there that's still not matching up, any knowledge gaps that I can help fill in?